Surprise! I'm on lunch break at work and decided to do a surprise stream. Not sure if anybody will end up watching this or not, but since I'm doing Vulnhub now, I'm going to try to do like a setup over lunch. So if you've never set up a VM before or one of these Vulnhub VMs, it'll be kind of like an instructional there. I'll post a video to YouTube afterwards, and just get ready. So I'm gonna be gearing up to try to get one of these done a day. So I'm gonna kind of stream whenever I can. So the first step is to, open the box in Vulnhub. We're gonna be looking at monitoring 1, and we'll go ahead and download the OVA file. And as that's downloading, we'll kind of read through and see. Turn the volume down on music. We'll go through and read the details, see which hypervisor we're going to use. So this one says very easy. We might even get to root this one if we get it stood up quick enough. VMware Workstation 15 Pro works better in VMware rather than VirtualBox. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do VMware. And waiting on the download to complete. And I'm currently making lunch. Since nobody's watching anyway, I'm gonna get up and go get my lunch while we wait for this to download. Oh, we have one viewer. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry I wasn't here when you joined. I don't know who it is. Just up getting my lunch. So right now we're setting up a Vulnhub VM. Getting ready to destroy it, hopefully. I'm hoping to get into it over my lunch break here. I have until about 12:30. So let's get this new VM added. What am I doing? It's been so long, I don't know how to do this. Downloads. Monitoring OVA. And I put all my VMs on a separate hard drive. Vulnhub VMs. We'll put it right. We'll make a new folder in here called, oh my goodness, monitoring. And we'll put it in there. we go. And then import the VM. Woohoo! So it's pretty easy to get these set up. Step 1, download the file. Step 2, import the file. And then start her up. While that's booting, let's get, well, not booting, while it's importing, let's get Kali booting. And eat some lunch, of course. If you can hear any like eating noises coming through the mic, please let me know so I don't make an idiot of myself. I will try to stay away from the mic though.
I'm waiting for someone, the light that shines right from your eyes, 'cause I can be much better than you knew from a long, long time ago. I like you, I feel you, I'm struggling with the feeling that you'll be around, and I hope that this time is for real.
Alright, we got the VM imported and powered on. Now we can go into Kali. I guess we better double check. Last time we had issues with the network connection of the VM. So let's see what's going on there. We'll make sure we're connected to the right network interface. Bridged, we'll just replicate. And then I think we wanted to be on, probably not all of these. I think it was number 5. Yep, that's the one. And then let's see if we can see it from Kali. Alright, we already see it. Perfect. So let's get some notes started up here, and then dive into it. If it's super easy, maybe we'll get her done before lunch is over. Obsidian. And I'm going to reopen this a different way so that my screenshots land exactly where I want them. Alright, so now everything's in the, we're in like the Vulnhub folder. Create a new note and call it monitoring. And then we'll put the IP right here up at the top. 49. And let's kick off a scan. Let's get into TMUX. Let's move everything to completed. Some of these might not actually be completed, but I just want to clean this up. Alright, we're in the right folder. Let's launch TMUX and we'll do auto recon up top. Which auto recon is going to go into Vulnhub monitoring, and this is not the correct IP. 192.168.1.149. Another switch we could use is it single target and then scans. No, we'll leave that one off. So single target is gonna kind of simplify the structure of output here, so we don't end up with so many different folders. And then while that's going, we can kind of see. Forgot to turn off my notifications. 1 second here. Alright, think that's taken care of. Got the notifications turned off. Let's set to mouse mode. So in auto recon, right after it kicks off, you can start to see some ports getting discovered. We're going to skip 22. There's usually nothing too interesting there. We see there's a web server running on 80. Possibly some mail services. I think 25 is IMAP. I could be wrong. Not too sure about 389 or 5667. Haven't seen that before. 389? Isn't 389? I want to say that's Kerberos. No, not Kerberos. Like unsecured LDAP. Guess we'll find out. So while we're waiting for the scan to come back, let's check out the web server. Go to the website on port 80. Nagios. I've heard of that before. I don't remember in what context or what the heck it was for. Looks like we can access a login page, and then there's some external links there, not very useful for what we're trying to do, but this login page is kind of interesting. Nagios, Roman numerals. Is that 11 in Roman numerals, I think? Or maybe it's XE, XI, XE. Let's get some screenshots going. What on earth is Nagios? Let's see. Nagios. Hey, we have stuff. Oh my gosh, look at that. We got command injection already. It looks like we might need to figure out which version we're on. Authenticated. Look at all of these exploits. Oh my goodness. Alright, so let's kind of start filling out notes here so we don't just completely blow it by. We found the IP using NetDiscover. Port scan reveals port 80 is running a web server. We see Nagios XI running on this web server. And where'd that screen? Did I ever take a screenshot? I think I got sidetracked here. Ironically, I got sidetracked by a conversation about how people are not very good at multitasking. So here I am multitasking in my conversation about multitasking. No, we want the web page. What am I doing? Let's grab a screenshot here. Shrink it down a little bit, make it look a little bit nicer. So we have a software name or a service name right here. We also have a login panel. So I'm assuming we're gonna find like some kind of version disclosure on here, hopefully, which I guess we might already have. WhatWeb might, well, not WhatWeb, is that what this is? Wappalizer. Wappalizer might be able to pick up the service version. It didn't. That's alright. Hopefully we'll find something here. There's an about page. There's a legal page, Nagios Enterprises. That's a link to the product page. Monitoring. Okay, let's read this since we don't know what Nagios is, or even if we're saying it correctly. That could be completely wrong. Let's read about it. Nagios Enterprises, all rights reserved. Hey, their copyright expires this year. Nagios 11 is an enterprise-class monitoring and alerting solution that provides organizations with extended insight of their IT infrastructure before problems affect critical business processes. For more information on Nagios 11, visit the product page. Why not? Unless the link is broken. There we go. Terms and conditions, contact info, credits. I don't see anything on here about a version. That's just the table of contents here. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Alright, well, cool. How's our scan coming along? Still running Durbuster on port 80. and Durbuster on port 443. I would assume it's the same service. One's just secured with TLS and the other one is not. SMTP, not IMAP, okay. So we might be able to pull some usernames, which auto recon will probably do for us. I think it tries to use the verify command along with a list of potential usernames, and it goes through verify user, and tries to like brute force the users for the SMTP server. LDAP is running. That was 389, and then HTTP 443. Let's check that out and just double check it's the same. Sometimes they're different. And I don't want to miss something like that, you know. That would be a pretty big kick to the teeth. Bad request. Give the guy what he wants. There we go. Same thing. Alright. So there's probably no point in continuing on both of them. Oh, this is cool. It shows you like a little breakdown of the different products. So XI, maybe it's not 11, maybe it's XI or C or something like that. Provides monitoring of all mission critical infrastructure. Yeah, if we can get into here, we'll probably have some pretty good info. Monitoring of mission critical infrastructure. So assumingly there's going to be records and readings or statuses of the mission critical infrastructure, which is pretty good. Maybe we can find some username disclosure. Okay. Yeah. It's not going to give us anything here. Good. That's good that it's secured. Let's try this. No way this user exists. Password. Valid username and password. So there's no disclosure here either, so we would be going from we would be looking at guessing the username and the password, which I'm okay. Usually if I know the username, I'll throw a password list at it, but I'm not just gonna guess the username and the password. That could take ages. Let's read more about Nagios XI. About documentation. I'm a big fan of reading the official documentation. Seems to be organized pretty well usually. Complement the manuals. World map, SMS integration. Maybe we want something more like the manual. Let's search for a manual. You know, maybe I'm better off just Googling. What I'm really looking for here is default credentials. So let's just straight up Google Nagios XI default credentials. Default user ID used to log in to the Pure Power integration manager. Nagios core web servers. Nagios admin. The password is password. I don't know if that's the same thing. The purpose of this document is provide a guide to changing the default password for an existing Nagios XI installation. This includes changing the password for Linux root user and users the Nagios XI software uses to access MySQL and Postgres database. This guide is directly, hey, it's a PDF. Okay, stop reading info about it. Hey, the root password is Nagios XI. Let's try that once. For the MySQL database, which is that the Linux user? Are we just gonna get a quick root? That'd be kind of cool. SSH root. Oh, they'd probably have that turned off. Hopefully. 192.168. Yada 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 yada. Where's my notes? 149. And for a password, we're going to use that default password. Okay, that's not it. That's interesting though. So it's just the name of the software. Changing the Linux root system account. Okay, easy enough. Yeah, we know how to do that. There are 3 or 4 important accounts for the MySQL database. Root, Nagios QL. I'm not going to read through this part too much because we don't have port 3306 open, so until I get on the box, that stuff's not really helpful. First, you will change the password of the root. Don't want to do that. Is there... Where's the default, like, login panel? That was not helpful at all. Maybe what we need is more like the... Now let's just click through and see what we see. Well, this is saying we might just be able to SSH in, but we tried this. So this is not affecting our target. We can say that they are clean and safe from CVE 1999-0502. How's our scan coming along? If we get a service version, that would be sick and extremely helpful. Hey, we're done scanning. Let's see what we found. So if you use auto recon, a pretty cool way to dig through everything. I've seen people do some cool things like stand up a Python web server and then navigate the file system and all the scans through the web browser. But I prefer to just do it from the terminal. Then you can use grep and all that fun stuff. So if you get into the scans folder, or even just the base folder where we launch a scan from, you could do less scans, and let's see, we'll do like ls star to show you kind of the structure here. So the folders in monitoring are broken down to exploit, loot, report, scans, and these are all created by auto recon. So I usually ignore these 3. There's a switch to set only scans directory to show up, but I just omit it and just ignore the other folders. So I usually work in the scans folder here. This is where our enumeration information is. So the different ports are in different folders, and then in each folder there's going to be files related to different scans. So we could easily do like less scans */*. So we're gonna run less on everything in the scans folder, and then we're gonna go another layer in. So this layer here would be the ports, and then we're going another layer in. So it's not gonna pick up these files because those are at the first layer or the first level, but anything that has a second level will get read. So we're going to be picking up anything in these port folders as well as the XML folder. Once we get to XML, we're just going to get out of there, right? So, and we could probably even do something like P*, because we know that all of these have a P in them. Yeah, let's try that once. So this is port 22, OpenSSH 7.2. I don't know of any vulnerabilities for that off the top of my head. What is this? SMTP users. Oh, it's trying to enumerate SMTP users. I thought it was trying to exploit or like do a password attack on SSH. I use this for, hey, we have some usernames. There's a root user and MySQL user, so it was using verify to do that. I thought it was trying to log in through SSH. Hey, Bigwood. I like your name. This is monitor on Vulnhub. So I know that we're tagged as Hack the Box, but this is a free service, right? Vulnhub is a free service. I will do some Hack the Box stuff eventually. Maybe I'm a subscriber, but as I prepare for the OSCP, these Vulnhub boxes are much more applicable. These are actually the boxes that you get access to with the PWK 200 course through Offensive Security. So if you're studying for the OSCP, they call these proving grounds. They host all these on their infrastructure and give you access to them. But I prefer to just, I have some beefy hardware. I prefer to just pull down the VM and set it up myself. So to answer your question, now that we're done with the long-winded route, the short answer is this is monitoring 1 on Vulnhub. And so far we're kind of just getting started. The beginning of the stream we walked through installing it, downloading the OVA file, importing to our hypervisor, starting it up, and then we've been doing scanning and enumeration so far. Thanks for joining us, by the way. Heard the new shit is a bunch of new AD stuff. Yeah. Yep, I've done one attempt with the AD stuff. Didn't go so well. I got 3 out of 10. I've been studying for nearly a year. I was getting to the point where, I figured out all the buffer overflow stuff, and I was super excited. Was going to try to do it before the AD stuff was on the exam, but then kind of chickened out at the last minute and just decided, you know what? AD stuff is important. I should learn how to do that. So I took the new exam structure and failed miserably the first time around. So I'm preparing for my second attempt. Currently working through this list here. So these are boxes that are on proving grounds, and I just went through and found the VM file on Vulnhub and made a link, and then I'm just kind of going through and rooting them. Once I get through all these, I'm going to schedule my second attempt and give it another shot. But welcome to the stream. I don't know if you're new here, but we have a Discord channel. Go ahead and feel free to join that every Monday, which is today. Yeah. So tonight we'll have an accountability meeting. We go through and talk about our goals for the week and progress for the week. So it's good to see you here, and I'm sure it'll be. Oh my gosh, I'm sure it'll be fun. We're always doing stuff and. Bigwood, that's just a funny name. I'm going to continue enumerating now. HTML. Was there a version in here? I just kind of skipped through it. Nothing in there. We got index PHP, nothing too great there probably. This is asking us to log in. Cool, yeah, hope to see you around. Yeah, I'm hoping to wrap it up. I think I started studying in like August or something of last year, and I'm hoping to wrap it up before we hit the year mark. Yeah, it's definitely a challenging exam. It was not easy, and I knew that going into it. I knew it wasn't going to be easy. I felt underprepared, but thought, you know, I got to try it to see what it's like. But now I know. I was underprepared. My gut feeling of feeling like I was underprepared is correct. Some LDAP stuff here. DC, no domain. This looks familiar, right? Same stuff we had on port 80. Saying there's no response. Probably our certificate problem there. I'm not seeing service version anywhere. What the heck? I guess we could try to figure it out based on the version of jQuery. So that's not a bad idea. We could probably figure it out with, well, it's probably not directly linked to the version of Apache, but I would imagine that jQuery is part of, when you install Nagios, or however you say that, you'd probably get whatever version of jQuery it was packaged with. So if we figure out when this version of jQuery was like released, we might be able to figure out kind of when this version of Nagios was released, and based on that we might be able to figure out which version it is. Another alternative is to just Google how to see Nagios XI version. With command line, check for updates. And we might not be able to find it. It might not be super easy to get to because of things like, you know, we call it version disclosure because it allows us to associate exploits to it. So it's a security move to hide that from unauthenticated users. Let's try. Oh my goodness. What was I doing? I get so sidetracked. Oh, based on the version. I was gonna look up the version of jQuery, which is 3.3.1. jQuery 3.3.1. And then we'll say Nagios XI release. Oh, maybe we want this previous versions table actually. Okay, this is what we're looking for. jQuery 331, fixed dependencies. It was released, or at least this was posted, January 20th, 2018. So let's look around the same time frame. 2018. January 2018. So we're looking probably right around here. If we go, one version on each side of what we're looking, the target date we're looking for. So we can safely say, I think, that it's XI version 5.4, but the minor version, that's still kind of a mystery. So let's see if we can find anything for exploits for this minor version, or the I don't know what I'm saying, major, minor, patch. So we know the major is 5, the minor is 4, possibly 11, 12, or 13 for the patch version. This goes up to 412. So let's try that. That seems chained remote code execution. Is it going to require authentication? We're going to need to fire up Metasploit for that. My music died. Let's see. Yeah, so we think it's older than all these. And I wonder if these are the same exploit and one's just a Python. Chained remote root. PHP web apps. Let's take a look at that. If this isn't good, we'll have to try that Metasploit one. Works on 5.2, 5.3, and 5.4. Steps are as follows. Determine version. Yep, kinda did that. Change the database user to root Nagios XI. Get an API key with SQL injection. Use the API key. There's a lot into this. Let's see what's going on. And of course, that doesn't exist anymore. Archive, maybe? See if we can find this bad boy on the Wayback Machine, huh? Got some hits back in 2019. Give me the article or give me death. Hey, look at that. See, when stuff's on the internet, it never is gone forever. It's always there. Vulnerability chaining, death by 1,000 cuts. We found 4 vulnerabilities in Nagios XI and chained them together to create a root RCE exploit. Available here. 44560. That's the one we're looking at, I think, on here. So these are the 4 exploits that are chained together. Vulnerability chaining can increase the risk posed by individual vulns. It takes a village to raise a root RCE, etc., etc. if you're running Nagios before 5.4.12, which I believe we are, when we looked at the different possible versions based on release date of jQuery, seems applicable. So these are the 4 different privilege escalation. Is this going to get us into the root user? That would be sweet. So this kind of goes through and covers each different vulnerability that was used here, or each different exploit that was used. Each vulnerability that was exploited, is that the way to say it? Command injection. So let's take a closer look. We're not going to spend too much time on this because we just found a Python script that'll do it for us, but it will be interesting to know what we're doing. I'm making a post request. Does this need to be... No, this says unauthenticated. Well, I'm not doing white box. Oh, there's authentication bypass. We could maybe even just try this one. Admin settings.php. Nagios QL. Nagios QL. It's not found. That's also not found. I'm thinking that this is lying to us. Because we never found this directory here. Getting to be about time for me to quit. So I guess let's just try to fire it off and see what happens. All right. Python 2 then. And the appliance IP was 192.168.1.143, I think. 149. Listener IP. Let's say fconfig 80. 192.168.1.109. And the listener port. Let's do 443. And I think that'll work. Still getting mad. Well, that's cool. It's going to try to determine the version for us by going here, and then maybe we have a patched version, because I didn't see a version listed here, and the script complained. Version.split. Let's get that opened up in code and see what's going on. Let's see what it's looking for. Why does it think Python 3? Here we go. Okay, now let's get some hard-coded values in here. How do I hard code these values in? Parser, option parser, add option R host, dest action help. How about default? Is there a default in this? Let's try default. No. What is this? Parser is argparse or something? Import option parser. Option parser. Default values. So it looks like it's just default and then equals the value. So let's add those in to wherever the heck that was. This is probably not going to work. Spending way too much time on this for no reason, but we're learning in the process, right? So right here, actually we'll add it to the end. We're going to say default equals, this is our host, so we'll put the IP, 149 I think it was, and then default L host is 192.168. Is it 119? 109. And then our default L port is 443. And there, that's how it should work. Hopefully. Let's see. Oh, come on. Don't be crying. Nothing. Okay, that's dumb. Oh no, it's happening. Okay, it's doing exactly what we wanted it to do. Oh, good. Okay. Let's go to debug. I thought I set a breakpoint there, maybe not. Yep, okay, we have a breakpoint. What's it trying to do? It looks like it's just searching for the word version on the web page somewhere. Version equals parse version. So version came back as just a super long string here. Version int, so switching the version into an integer. That's why. Okay. So we're going to be looking at this parse version function and see what it does. maybe we can fix it. Probably not, because I'd be able to see the version on here. Resp. That's our HTML content. Begin delim. So we have a delimiter, name equals version, and then we're going to be looking for all instances of the word version, it looks like. Maybe not all instances. Return response to end index. Alright, well, let's just bypass that because it ain't working. Let's force it to be the correct version. Version split 1. So it's looking at the minor version. Status 302. Where is it killing when the version is wrong? Version. Oh, it's so now it's wanting to know if it's less than 5.3, which it is. API key if version. So the second, so let's set it to 2. Let's set version integer to 2, and then we'll see what happens there. Alright, we got through step 0 this time. Version is L, perfect. Setting Nagios QLDB user to root. Step 1. Yeah, and that page doesn't exist. So we definitely are not using an exploit that's going to work. We're using an exploit that will not work for us. So maybe we have the wrong version. Maybe we need to complete enumeration a little bit more. And we're getting into the XML stuff. Couple of UDP ports, SNMP v3. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to call it here. I gotta go back to work. So it was nice doing a quick little hack session over lunch. Thanks for joining me if you did join me. And make sure to subscribe and follow, however Twitch works. I don't know, I'm pretty new. But make sure to click whatever button you have to click to get notified of when we're streaming. Join us on Discord, and we'll see you around. Alright, what's up guys? We're gonna do another stream here, and I don't have anything ready, so if you're following along, this will be perfect. You can get ready with me. First I'm gonna open up my notes, kind of get a reminder of where I am, and then let's make sure Kali VM is powered on, as well as what's the other one, VMware. The NagiOS box was called monitoring, I think.
I don't mean to interrupt, but your audio on Discord is super choppy, but it's smooth on Twitch, so I think that's fine. So I'm just gonna listen on Twitch.
Oh, on Discord is getting bad though? That's not good.
Yeah,
Discord
but it
just
sounds
hates me.
totally fine on Twitch. I don't know why it's messed up in Discord.
Weird. Yeah, I'm using the same input for both, so who knows. Anywho, maybe someday I'll figure out how computers work. That day is not today. So here's what we got for notes
Maybe.
so far. Yeah, maybe. We have discovered the IP address using NetDiscover. We did a port scan. Port 80 is available. We found Nagios XI, or however you say that. I still haven't figured out the proper way to say this. We'll have to look into that and figure out what the whole Nagios ecosystem looks like. But this XI software is basically a monitoring platform. From what I remember, it's monitoring critical infrastructure, network operations, and security. AV is a whole career field. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I could just take a little slice of that and apply it to content creation. Maybe, probably not. I'm just doing this for study. But anywho, monitoring, notes are good. Kali's running. VM is running. Let's get on Kali. Let's see if we can have a night where I don't get struck with the what is that, DRM violation or whatever, if they can detect good music in your background. I'm hoping that doesn't happen tonight. Every time I go to upload to YouTube, it gets mad at me. Let's see if we still got the same IP address. $149. So the IP is the same. One thing we haven't looked at yet, I guess, you know, kind of just to catch up a little bit more with what happened over lunch. So we completed a scan. We found that Nagios XI is running on the web server, and that's about as far as we've gone. There were a few public exploits for this software, but we need to know a version number, and I couldn't find any version. Tried running one of the exploits, and it expected to see the version number on this homepage here, but we couldn't find it. So we're looking at possibly trying to break into one of the login spots, one of them being this main page here, and then the other one being this one here, which was /Nagios. So that's how the web server is looking so far. We have a JavaScript directory. That could be worth checking out. Can't get in there though. Not a whole lot going on here either. We haven't looked for Apache vulnerabilities yet. 2.4.18 is kind of old. So if we get on, we could possibly use this for privilege escalation. Not seeing anything for an initial attack vector though for Apache. And then we tried to figure out the version based on the version of jQuery that it came packaged with, but it didn't seem to be very accurate. So that's all we really have for enum so far. Let's check out a Nikto of the host. Is it 149? Of course I can't write because I always forget that I don't have permissions in this folder to write a file. What else can we do while we wait? So we did find some usernames in the verify command. User enum hydra verify. Username root and username MySQL. So these both worked to log into the SMTP server. So that might be worth trying. Maybe we can brute force a password, or like check someone's email without a password or something fun. Nothing here. Kind of thinking we might have to log in somehow. We weren't able to disclose the username, or, you know, there's no errors that indicate if we have the right username or the wrong username. We haven't tried like a SQL injection at all. Seems about right. Let's try it in the username and the password and see what happens. Ooh, it's not a no. I mean, it kind of is. Sorry, Dave, I can't let you do that. Let's see. Now, is this like a dead end, or is it a clue? That's what we really want to know. Let's try to just throw a bunch of. We'll just try to throw a bunch of different ones, a bunch of different SQL injections at it. See what it does. Could just throw SQL map at it, but that might be too involved, or not involved enough, or not applicable to the OSCP, I guess, is kind of where I'm going with this. Yeah, I know I need to update. I'm not going to. Did that just work? Wait, why is there no content here, but when I did it in Zap, I have a bunch of HTML? Ooh, so it's only mad if I try to do it in the browser. That's odd. Just a bit odd. Maybe I could just grab this cookie. Maybe it's working and I just need to steal this cookie. I can barely eat. I just had a bunch of ice cream. But I guess I could take a cookie. Oh no, just lost a viewer because of that. Sorry guys. I'm just kidding. What on earth? How am I gonna get in here? I could just call them and say, hey, how do I get in? Do some social engineering. There's got to be default credentials. We never found that. We hunted for them. Never found default creds. Nagios XI. Default login. Can't get there. The default user ID used to log in to the Pure Power Nagios scores Nagios admin. And the password is password with a 0. Let's try that. Password. What? Password. Caps lock PASSW0RD. What the heck? Okay. Why is that happening? Does that mean that's the correct password? So let's just do some garbage. Let's say like test and test. Okay, we get invalid username or password. But if we do this default credential, password, so we're gonna move that to the password field. Okay. Now it's failing as we expect. So, is there something going on? with SQL injection. It seems like it's kind of blocking my attempts at SQL injection. At least it was on the HTTP version of the site. Yeah, it's totally fine with me running it here, I guess. Weird. I wasn't able to find version number, anything like that. I guess we could try to break into MySQL, or not MySQL, SMTP. Yeah, we kind of skipped over it, so let's give that a shot. Okay, I don't know what to do next. Kind of stuck there. Let's do hack tricks. It's taking forever to load. Oh my goodness. Am I missing something here? I guess LDAP is worth looking at. Unknown service running. Maybe that would be worth looking at first. Seems pretty interesting. Well, there's nothing about it. Okay. Weird, it's just an open port and it says TCP wrapped. (149) 5667. Not accepting connections either. You know, this is reminding me a lot of one of the boxes I got stuck on the OSCP exam. How do you do this? I think you have to do like a hello command or something. Oh my goodness, I have no idea. Verify root. Verify nobody. Verify me. Okay. Verify Nate. So root is a username. Just kind of confirming what we already saw there. We have root, MySQL. Let's try the name of the box. Monitoring. Verify Nagios. What was that default username? Let's see if we have a... Oh, how do you spell that? Nagios. Okay, we do have a user called Nagios. Nagios. Verify Nagios. XI. Nope. Okay. Should we just try to SSH in as Nagios? Probably not the intended path. But I'm kind of looking for like a get me out of here type of card because I'm not enjoying this one right now. I do need to practice a lot more. Oh, come on, just skip through here. Turn it off. I do need to get better at pen testing web apps. Got some alerts on here. Oh, that was kind of interesting. Vulnerable JS library. jQuery. We never looked at that. Can we just exploit jQuery? 331. No, we can't. Okay. So I think we have to get logged in somehow. Let's say that Nagios is a user. Let's try admin as his password. Let's try Nagios as his password. Let's try password. No, no, no. Let's try Hydra. Oh, we were gonna try the web portal, HTTP post form, and we're looking at login.php. I guess we never tried to decode that. Maybe we could decode that. Just like base 64 encoded the username we're logged in as. This one is not logged in or something. Who knows? Probably not. Nope, not looking very promising. Definitely worth checking though. Where's the up caret? There it is. User and password. Pass and login button equals yada yada. Failure is gonna be, well, I guess let's look at the response body. Invalid invalid username, we'll say. And then we're going to make that our success message as a test and just see. So everything should come back successful, just to verify that we don't have any problems in our syntax. Kind of a neat little trick to verify.
Beach vacation in Miami, Oklahoma, it matters where you stay.
This has taken a while. Syntax error. And redirect equals. That should fix that part of it. This doesn't seem like it's working. Yeah, this is definitely not working, because we would have a ton of successfuls already, because each one of these should be generating a failure. Let's just try invalid for the message. And then I'm actually going to take a 5-minute break here. We've been at it for a while. So let's take a 5-minute break, get up, stretch a bit, get some water, and we'll see you in 5. Hey, what's up? We're back from break. I hope you had a chance to get up and move around. I know I didn't. I sat here. I should have got up and walked around. My calves are getting so dang tight nowadays. I really need to get up and do some calf stretching, but who needs feet when you can hack like this, right? Just kidding. What are we doing now? We're trying to use Hydra. It's not working. What are we missing? There's something we're missing here. Usually, if I'm struggling this hard, it's because I blew past something that I thought wasn't important, even though it was important. So, what was it? I'm gonna fill out the notes a little bit more. We found a few public exploits for Nagios XI, some of which appear to require credentials. Which one did we test? We tested Nagios XI. Gosh, there's so many exploits for this. SQL injections, multiple cross-site scripting vulnerabilities, SQL injection for TF password, authenticated remote command. We should just try this. Anytime there's RCE, we really should try it. So this is the one we tried here. But, you know, we haven't even tried 10% of these. Maybe we need to go through and try a few of these. See if we can get one of them to work. It looks like most of those are Metasploit. Well, a few of them are. Let's try the Metasploit ones first. They'll seem to work better. We're gonna search for Nagios XI. Tons and tons of exploits. We could try a scanner. Use 10. We don't need a password. Our host is 192.168.1.149. I think we can just run it at that point. Please provide a valid username and password, or specify a version to check. Ha! Well, I don't know any of those things. So, joke's on you, Boobaloo. Search for Nagios. SNMP trap. SNMP was open on this box, wasn't it? $162 is SNMP traps. What? I guess let's try it, right? Seems like it would make sense. Otherwise, maybe we'll try some of these chained exploits. SNMP trap, use one. Options. L host is gonna be ETH0. Our host. Little Metasploit trick, you can do set G to set it permanently, I think. So now anytime it asks me for our host, I'm not gonna have to set it again. And password is required. Goodness gracious. Okay. Well, what if we just say password to password? We'll do that one, that default we found, and run it. Nothing. Let's set G password. NagiOS. Let's try 4. It says that it has really good, I should probably read about it. Less than or equal to 527 to pop a root shell. Hey, that would be nice. This is a slightly different version than the one we used too. And it looks like this one doesn't require username or password. This looks like a good one. Everything's already filled out. We just have to hit run on this one. Vulnerable version not found. Okay. What's going on here? Why are we failing so bad? Oh. Let's see. Wonder if there's any pages on Hack Tricks about Nagios. Nagios. XI. What is this one? Authenticated. The Haboob team. Guess the worst case scenario is it doesn't work, right? We can just try it and maybe it doesn't work. But it looks like they have some credentials here that might work. So let's give them a shot. What is this? 49422. Search split 49422. And we're gonna just mirror it. Okay, and then let's paste and run 443, but we're gonna be on 1.149. Oh, wait, that's our host here. That's Callie for the listener. That's the information for the listener. Try it out. Can't open file. No such file or directory. Oh, because it's not called that. It's called 49422. I guess I should have fired up a listener. I just assumed it's gonna do one for us, but netcat nvlp 443. And then maybe let's start that over. Do I have the IPs correct? 149 was our victim or our target. Yep, that's right. And then Cali is at 109. That is also correct. We have a listener. So it kind of seems like this isn't working. Surprise, surprise. What else can we find? Mibs.php, authenticated remote code execution. What's this one here? Well, this one we tried this one, I think. This is just that same one that we're running right now, but this is the Metasploit module for it. EDB verified. Oh, excuse me. Is that the same CVE as this one? It's a different CVE. Do we have this one in Metasploit? Connection timed out. Oh, cause the let's do a different one then. 4444. 4444. We'll see if anything comes back on that. And then in Metasploit we'll do search for this CVE code. Search on Google, maybe there's public exploits out there. CVE 2019. There's a GitHub page here. Root RCE, nice. OS command injection. Vulnerability exists in NagiOS, allowing an attacker to leverage an RCE to escalate privileges to roots. The exploit requires access to the server as the NagiOS user or CCM access via the web interface with permissions to manage plugins. The get profile.sh script, yada yada. PHP press PHP host example SSL true user. I'm not too sure how this is gonna work. It looks like we just run the PHP script from Kali. And then it works.
Is there mercy for those who strive so hard?
Well, there's that plugins check again. And let's set the password to just admin for now. See if that is any different. In proxies R host, we need to set set R host to 192.168.1.149. And then L host to Ethernet 0. And let's run it. Oh, address is already in use. Okay. You would be right about that. It is already in use. We don't need that. It's not working. We don't need this. Try it again. Yo, what? Is it working? No. What? All right, there we go. Who knew? All right. Let's get this down in the notes. I never even got the one that we tested. Uh-oh. Which one did we test? 44560 445 EDB 44560 and EDB 49422, but neither seem to work. Using the Metasploit module. Oh no, my headphones again. Every dang time. It's gone forever again. Hunterbot, sorry, I've been kind of falling behind on chat here. I guess not too bad. It's only been 6 minutes. Did you do an all port scan or just default? So Hunterbot, I used auto recon for this. So auto recon will go through and scan everything. I'm just using the default settings for auto recon. So it goes through and does a full TCP port scan, and then I think it does like top 1000 or top 100 for UDP. Plugins. Check plug in. Check plugin authenticated RCE. Obtain a root shell using the following options. Oh, I never took a. Oh, dang it. Cancel that crap. Oh my gosh, get out of here with that. I don't even want to see you right now. Terminate. Background. Options. That's what we want. And then we'll highlight some of these options that were needed, like password is admin, set the R host, everything else is pretty much default. We changed up our L host, so 3 options got us a root shell. That's kind of nice. And to think, we almost skipped over public exploits completely. What a faux pas that would have been. Now I suppose we can go crazy. We've got it documented how we got in here, so let's get some flags, and then we're gonna call it an early night, it looks like. Or I guess we could set up the next one. Might as well do that, and then maybe we'll get a head start tomorrow. Let's get our shell looking good. Which Python? User bin Python. Command import p2y spawn. We'll do some bash. And then go, oh, export term is xterm. Now we could clear. Let's go to the home directory. Cat proof.txt. All right, that's all we have for tonight. No, it's not. I lied.